Rising college tuition, you know, it continues to far outstride the rate of inflation, and with government funding dropping and household income still painfully low, families are working harder than ever and trying to get as creative as possible to pay for college. And you know who is helping out more and more? Grandparents. Regina Lewis is a financial contributor for USA Today. So, Regina, they're the ones, Grandma and Grandpa, they're the ones with the deep pockets?
I don't know if they have deep pockets, but they're wise enough to realize that this is a real burden for their families, and they're looking for constructive ways to help. They're also wise enough to realize that there are smart ways to help and not so smart ways, and so they're taking advantage of things like 529 plans. They are now, grandparents, contributing about 10% of all the money in 529 plans, so a legitimate trend.
Yeah, we have a 529 for our hopefully one day college-bound student, and we had grandparents that were interested in helping out. We said no, but that is interesting that this trend is developing, and it's simply because during the economic times and the rising cost of inflation, it's just harder for families to pay for college.
Sure. I mean, when you look at the private university, on average $39,000, even public colleges now $18,000. We need a collective approach. We've seen that in other categories, multi-generational housing, multiple generations living under the same roof. Families are pretty resourceful, and they want college education for their kids. So it's nice to see this trend. It's why you see big players like TI, AA-CREF, and ARP teaming together to help socialize this concept. Now, you declined the help, but one of the things is you making help approachable by saying to grandparents, hey, we have the 529 in place, contribute. You can contribute as little as $25 at a time, maybe on birthdays, maybe on holidays. Whatever they can do, that way they feel like they've got a vested interest in it, they are being helpful without asking for 30 grand, which most people don't have sitting around.
The rule of thumb, I guess, is just to start as early as possible. The earlier you start, the more you save, and the less probably you need to save over the long run.
Sure. I mean, that's the value of compound interest. So if you put $100 into a 529 account today and contributed $25 a month, maybe you have it auto paid so you're not even noticing that money, just as people do with car payments and other things that they've got on they're auto enrolled in. Well, 15 years later, Bill, that's $7,000. That's also tax-free. There are a lot of incentives with 529s, which is frankly good for parents and grandparents. And that's when it really starts to add up. But you've got to have those systems in place. My one concern on saying the earlier you start is people feel like they missed the window. Oh, we didn't do it when they were a newborn or toddler. Today's your best day then.
Regina Lewis, thanks so much.
Okay, thanks, Bill.